And welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn looking very confident right now. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm.
Oh, say does.
And it's the Nets on a road trip for this one, an interconference game today, looking for the win. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Let's take a look at Dallas. Things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
You know, right now, Dallas, they haven't gotten anything to go their way here early on. What do they have to do to turn this thing around?
Well, Greg, I think the most important thing is they've got to start playing as a team instead of a bunch of soloists.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Bogdanovich out there with Jarrett Jack. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Young. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. It always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. The wide open look here for Lopez. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Rockets in Houston.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Here's Williams. After Dirk Nowitzki's bucket, Parsons attacking. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Fast break, Dallas. Here's Williams pushing it up. Here's Mesri. Cannot hit. Good D by Lopez.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Fires it up. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Parsons on the wing. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And it's sent back by Nowitzki. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And so here is Dallas. It's a 3-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Just not a disciplined performance defensively in that game, guys. A lot of silly fouls hurt them throughout.
I think lack of discipline is the right phrase, Greg. I mean, a lot of silly fouls, and they did that even when they were in foul trouble.
Williams against Jack. Now here's Williams. He's tightly guarded. Elbow shot is on the way. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Anderson, he's checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Darren Williams. And then for Brooklyn, Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Robinson is subbed in for Young. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Jack. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Now, here's Barea. Last game we saw him score 13.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in this short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
And Bargnani sends it back. And now in transition is Jack. Here we go. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And for Robinson, the trade's way on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them. That was the third straight high-percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for Nowitzki. And Harris subbed in for Wesley Matthews. And then for Brooklyn, Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Bogdanovich. Now here's Villanueva. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Robinson passes to Hollis Jefferson.
The defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
The Mavericks trailing. Barea with it. Now Jack defending. Harris dishes to Villanueva. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Villanueva's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. It's stolen by Barea. And now Barea running the floor all by himself. That is good.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now here is Harris. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now. It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Shot by Villanueva, no good.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Hollis Jefferson and the Nets, another 3.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Barea with it. Stolen by Robinson. It's a tie game in Dallas. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the...
When I first got here.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player, Clark, destined for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you know, people now talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, for sure.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap like.
We've got Matthews. Darren Williams out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Nowitzki. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
Great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And, you know, one thing about Darren Williams, he used to get to the charity stripe at will. At the height of his career, he's averaging almost 6 free throws a game. The last couple seasons, he's been down around 3. And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Barea kicks to Nowitzki. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And Clark, for Darren Williams, he clearly has the handle and the strength to get to the basket, but no longer the explosion that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, you know, he's had some ankle injuries, and that certainly is a part of that. And he's also in his 30s now, so largely a perimeter jump shooter, but still can impact the game with his deep shooting and playmaking.
Now, here's Barea. Ellington defending. Here's Nowitzki. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. 6 points for Nowitzki.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Williams passes to Nowitzki. The 11-footer, good on the jump shot. Nowitzki's got 8.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
In the corner, it's Ellington. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Dallas calls timeout. They're getting their first look at the season at the Nets in this one.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, 1 apiece.
Yeah, this is really tight. I mean, it's splitting hairs when you talk about these teams. You get the feeling that they play 10 games, each side would win 5.
Jarrett Jack is checked in for the Nets.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Williams. Brooklyn leading by 6. Here's Lopez. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Barea with it. Now Jack defending. Nowitzki drives in, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
So for the Nets, Bargnani comes in for Young. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Joe Johnson. Here's Harris. Anderson dishes to Williams. All alone. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Villanueva.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Brooklyn's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And the shot is good. And it's 6 points for Jarrett Jack. Mavericks trail by 6. And it's Harris off the drive. And he banks in the layup.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
And good on the basket. Book it. And that's now 11 points for Brook Lopez.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Injuries have certainly taken their toll on Bargnani, culminating in disaster last season. Greg suiting up for only 29 games, the fewest ever in his career.
Yeah, I mean, he had a series of leg injuries, the hammy, the calf. Really unfortunate part about it is that he has so much talent, but yet really to develop that on the floor because of all the issues. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Really nice work inside there. He'll always give you a battle on the interior, guy.
It's Williams with the drive. Another miss by Williams.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 7-point Brooklyn lead.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Here's Lopez. That's tipped. Now Williams with 1 on the clock. And no good trying to get that one. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin with their... And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just a...
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. They've got Bogdanovich. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then there's Johnson, and it's Jack in at the point.
Are you sensing or feeling a theme here, fellas? I mean, they're taking it straight to the bucket every time down.
And why change? I mean, that's 8 straight points in the paint, and they have now turned this into a physical game. Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Johnson's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 4. Williams kicks to Parsons. They set the pick. Got a piece of it. Johnson outside. And the call will be against Deron Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
So it's Brooklyn now. Outside Jack. Pass to Bogdanovich. Young with no one around. No good on the triple. Dallas has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Williams with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. And Parsons gets it to go.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Young laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got his first 2 points of the night.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Timeout charge to Dallas.
And the Mavericks call time here.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Nowitzki. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Nowitzki sets a screen for Parsons. From down in the low post, it goes.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Mavericks trail by 6. Perea, the pass to Nowitzki. Good, it's Perea who picks up the assist. Perea's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Robinson, that's good.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
Mavericks have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Nowitzki with the screen on Johnson. Nowitzki left side. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Perea dishes to Parsons, and that one's good. Parsons got 10 points in the game.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. Anderson, he's checked in for Dallas. Harris comes in for Wesley Matthews. The Nets also changing it up. Margnani is checked in for Young. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Joe Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Bogdanovich. Robinson, that's good. Mavericks trail by 7. To the middle, and Anderson kicks to Nowitzki. Nowitzki a screen. Left side, Parsons takes it from 10. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Dallas making a switch here. Villanueva's checked in.
And Chandler Parsons, changing teams last season, saw a little bit of a regression. Down in points, rebounds, and assists. But more troubling, down in field goal and free throw percentage. So you can tell that that transition to a new team, new system, new role definitely had an impact. Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
It's stolen by Jack. One-on-one here. Here's Ellington. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Here's Perea. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Chandler Parsons coming over from Houston to Dallas, moving into a new scheme, a different scheme than he had with the Rockets. It was his first go-around with Coach Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, and it's not easy for a player to adjust to a coach, a new coach, or a new coach to adjust to a player. That takes some time. It's a two-way street. We know Parsons has the talent.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Screen by Villanueva. Back to Anderson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Andre Bargnani picks one up. The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. And both free throws good for Anderson. There's 18 seconds left in the third. And stolen by Harris. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Anderson.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
The Nets have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. And that one misses. And the Mavericks making a change here. And he's good on the second. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Nets out in front. They lead by... Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Here's Williams. Harris is out there with Williams. Then there's Nowitzki. Then it's Matthews. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Williams double team. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first. And that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
There's the dish to Matthews. The feed to Harris. And there's the pass to Williams. 5 to shoot. Fires from 18. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Shots good from Young.
What a drive there. It didn't bother him at all to have a much taller defender hanging all over him.
Harris kicks to Matthews. Lopez with the block. Williams against Johnson. And that one's good. And now a 7-point Nets lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
And, guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle said to his team. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them, and he told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Dirk Nowitzki, what can you say? Future Hall of Famer, too many accolades to list. The most important NBA champion and Greg Finals MVP in 2011.
Yeah, and Kevin, history has proven time and time again, you really need a future Hall of Famer on your team to win a championship. Just look at all the teams that have won the title through the years.
Lopez outside.
They haven't had as much success here in the second half from the three-point line, but that hasn't kept them from staying on the lead. They've missed more three-pointers this half, but they're still in good shape.
Nowitzki has the open look, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
You know, back to Nowitzki being that Hall of Famer you need to win a championship. Guys like LeBron, Duncan, Kobe, Jordan, Magic, Bird, Isaiah, all Hall of Fame guys who led their teams to the championship.
The Nets with the lead. Johnson in the corner. Lets the three fly. Here's Lopez, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots. And talking about Nowitzki as one of the greatest players ever, he's also one of the most unique players ever. His ability to score back to the basket from up to 18 feet really, to me, is unbelievable. Without that unique skill, the Dallas Mavericks have no rings.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
To the inside, here's Young. Good, and Jack gets the assist. 8 points here for Thaddeus Young.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Matthews, no one around him. Another three for Dallas.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Here's Bogdanovich. Got it. Good job in the low post. Clark, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter. 5
times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And Clark, that could rise again before we're through.
Nowitzki, great pass to set up the lay-in. Nowitzki's got 9 points in the quarter.
He's been hot here in the fourth, contributing big at the right time.
And he's, let's face it, hitting everything. A perfect 4 of 4 in the quarter.
Nowitzki a screen. Matthews against Johnson. Lopez with the block. Jack with the three, and good on the basket. Book it. Jack's got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Parsons checked in for Dallas. Barea with it. Now Jack defending. A nice shot by Barea.
A clutch basket, even with him being on the short end of the stick, size-wise.
Really, Greg, just shows you the toughness and determination this man has. Impressive. Really been an ugly game for him as he continues to give the ball away on offense, guys.
Dallas calls timeout. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Dallas has gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Nowitzki outside. And it's sent back by Lopez. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
The Maverick shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Now here's Barea. D right on him. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Barea. Barea's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Jack with the three. The three from Johnson. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. Just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Young with the ball. Picked up by Nowitzki. Connects from downtown.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
Barea kicks to Matthews. It's good. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot. And the Nets with possession. Outside Jack. To the right side. Here's Bogdanovich. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
And you know what? He's got a new BFF. It's the triple.
And it has been his BFF today anyway. Most of his points have been courtesy of the deep ball.
Johnson against Matthews. Here's Parsons. And Young, here we go. Yes!
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game. He had a nice surge to start the second half, hitting his first 3 shots.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. In this game, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for the Bucks, we've kind of waited and waited for this team to come together and start producing, but it just hasn't happened. And now we've gotten pretty deep into the season, so time's not on their side. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my AAU, early stages out, then going.
The lights are on as we look across the East River and see New York City. Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Taking a look at Milwaukee. These are the games that challenge you. Guys, they will have their work certainly cut out for them, but they believe they can come away with a win.
And right now for the Bucks, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
For sure. I mean, it's certainly not a sure thing at this point. They've got work to do yet.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. Craig Monroe is out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Henson in at the 5.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
And here is Carter Williams. 23 points for him the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense. That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Young pass to Lopez. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Parker drives in, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Jack with the defensive effort.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And they take the lead. Bogdanovich has got his first points in this one.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Parker. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Tries again. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Bargnani is checked in for Brooklyn.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended the season.
And the basket good.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Drops it in from 11 feet. Parker's got 6.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score, and even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Good. And that's now 6 points for Michael Carter-Williams.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Brook Lopez. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer, and at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Lopez. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Bogdanovich. And so it's Milwaukee now, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Mayo, here's Monroe, and he converts the layup. Monroe's got 5.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
The shot's good from Ellington. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Well, that's got to wear on you.
And that is good. Antetokounmpo's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
And Jack, here we go from the baseline. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
With the floater, no one near Mayo as he lets it go. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now here's Mayo. Defense right on him, and he gets it to go.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
And a good game so far as we can. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has. Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but it seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
That's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong when you're banging with him. But if he needs to push and motivate himself by playing with a chip on his shoulder, well, a lot of guys have gone a long, long way in this league using that method.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Bucks, filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo, Parker and Henson, the duo inside. And it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot. Nets trail by 6.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
He feeds it to Parker. And yes, sir, that one drops. Parker's got 10.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Here's Jack. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And that one's good. He's got 10.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That's his first foul. Here's Carter Williams, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Carter Williams has got 8 points.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Johnson in the corner. Fires it up. Good, and Jack gets the assist.
Joe Johnson showing us a beautiful stroke right there.
The Bucks have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Middleton outside. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's 10 points for Michael Carter-Williams. Nets trail by 3. Jack with it, and it's Henson picking him up. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside, too.
And guys, when you talk about Thaddeus Young, last year was another solid season for him. Excellent job finishing around the rim as usual. Solid rebounding numbers, but still trying to improve his consistency from the 3. He started the season strong in that department and kind of fell off a bit at the end.
Bargnani is checked in for Brooklyn. Ellington comes in for Jarrett Jack. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Mayo's checked in. Carter-Williams dishes to Henson. Here's the screen. Parker kicks to Carter-Williams. Here's Henson. Lopez with the block. Here's Bogdanovich, covered by Parker. Bogdanovich, no luck. The Bucks have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field.
Man, Thaddeus Young, he's really entering the prime of his career right now at age 27. Hard to believe he's now in his 9th season. Only spent 1 year in college. Still plenty of room to grow.
A shot by Ellington, no good.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk. Angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Nets trail by 4. And Henson sends it back. Mayo, the pass to Carter-Williams. Back to Mayo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. That's good.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Lopez. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Joe Johnson. The Bucks also changing it up. Monroe's checked in for Henson. Vasquez comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Bucks leading by 4. Out left to the wing. Here's Monroe, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. And it's 7 points for Greg Monroe.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Hollis Jefferson, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Mayo. Robinson with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Bayless dishes to Monroe. And the call will go against Thomas Robinson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
36 seconds left in the first half. And Bayless kicks to Monroe. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Monroe's got 4 points this quarter. Nets trail by 3. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Now here's Vasquez. He's guarded closely. Screen by Monroe. Vasquez kicks to Bayless. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still has a...
He got it! Wow! He caught it!
My goodness.
3 points at the buzzer.
definitely an answer to prayer there.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Nets out in front, leading by a point. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well,
and that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get...
Now both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
What a game for Parker. He has 12 points and 1 assist.
They've got Jarrett Jack. Brooke Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Johnson, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once, and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Monroe against Young. Can't get it to go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Monroe. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Bucks trail by 3. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Monroe. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here. The rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting them get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
He dishes it to Henson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. When you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
That's right. Here's Carter Williams. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Middleton the pass to Carter Williams. Takes the 13-footer. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Antetokounmpo.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game. Getting back to Henson, last year was an album for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
Monroe's shot is good.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Jack with it, now guarded by Middleton. Here's Bogdanovich, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Antetokounmpo, and they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
To the inside. Johnson. Good. Johnson's got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And that one's good. 9 points now for Henson.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
Bogdanovich, a three-pointer, no good. Bucks trail by 4. Carter Williams with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And he gets the bucket. 14 points for Michael Carter Williams.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Jack dishes to Lopez.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Bargnani has checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Joe Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Bogdanovich. In the corner, Mayo with it. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Bargnani passes to Hollis Jefferson. And he gets it to go. Hollis Jefferson's got 10.
Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
Kicks it to Antetokounmpo with 1 on the clock, and it's good on the layup.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. Nets lead by 1. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our... All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Nets with the lead. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. We've got Parker. Vasquez out there with Jared Bayless. Then it's Greg Monroe. And it's Mayo in at the small forward position. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Here's Vasquez. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
But you know what? You know, they've come this far. They're not going away now.
And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Vasquez has got it all tied up now for the Bucks. The steal. And here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. They now take the lead. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in the transition.
And he gets the bucket. Now it's a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
And I'm sensing something special going on here tonight.
It certainly does have the feeling of a classic, Greg. Let's see which team is better equipped to handle the pressure.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Lionel Hollins was giving to his team. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
It's Parker with the drive. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Carter Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for Milwaukee. Here's Jack. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time. Terrific game for Monroe. He has 15 points and a steal.
And we're seeing him at his very best today. Just really a joy to watch.
Well, I know I'm thoroughly enjoying it because he's amazing when he's on top of his game like this.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Bogdanovich. Here's Young, rejected by Monroe. And now Carter Williams pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow. Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Pass to Bayless. Henson with the screen. And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That's foul number 2 for him. Chris Middleton's checked in for Jared Bayless. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Monroe. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Parker outside. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got assist number 7 for him tonight. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And Jack kicks to Bogdanovich. And it's off from 3-point range. Bucks leading by 4. Inside. Here's Middleton. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Young, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Bucks have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. And Parker, here we go. And that one's good. Parker's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores.
great team play.
That's it, and the Milwaukee lead is cut back down to 4 points with the basket from Young.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible. Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Monroe. Lopez with the block. Johnson outside. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
All right,
now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're leading by 2. 1:35 left to play here in the fourth. Jack against Carter Williams. And there's the feed to Middleton. Shot from 12. That's good. Middleton's got 4 points now in the quarter. There's 1:26 left to play in the final quarter. Shaq with it. Now defended by Carter Williams. Lopez kicks to Johnson. There's the 3. He's still out. Now he is 9 of 10.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Middleton dishes to Carter Williams. Can't get it to go. Good defensive work there by Young. Brooklyn's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Carter Williams the pass to Henson. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. He kicks it to Monroe. Money!
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Clark, a big-time possession here.
Tell you what, their hearts have to be racing right now.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Young. And Henson pulls it down. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So he comes up empty at the line.
It looks like he was a little tight on the line that time. Could have and should have closed it out. Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
Yeah, a bunch of their points coming from long range here. A major barrage.
.12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Carter Williams with it. Pass to Middleton. It's up a 3. Can't get the 3 to fall.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And a tough miss as the second of 3 shots at the line missing. 1 to go. And so he ends up making 2 out of 3, and it's a 2-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're down by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth. Jack, and there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside. It just doesn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. It'll be the Nets off the tip. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Nets. Jarrett Jack is out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Johnson, then it's Bargnani, and it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. Jack with it, now defended by Carter Williams. That's good. Bargnani's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. 20 points for Parker.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
He's got to quit while he's ahead, Kev. It worked that last time, but that's an invitation for a turnover.
It's stolen by Carter Williams, and here we go. Fast break. Carter Williams has got the ball, and he gets it to go. And it's a 3-point Milwaukee lead.
This is what you love, guys. Superb defense, a great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Yeah, but you just can't afford to give up plays like that at this time in a ball game.
Here's Parker. No good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Jack with the 3. That's good. Jack's got 6 here in this quarter.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the 3-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from the end.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. The score is tied at 112. 122 left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Here's Middleton. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Middleton's got 19 points. Brooklyn's gotten 6 points by way of the 3-point shot in overtime. They're 2 of 4 on their attempts from deep. That's good.
A clutch basket, even with him being on the short end of the stick, size-wise.
Really, Greg, just shows you the toughness and determination this man has. Impressive.
Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. 21 points for Chris Middleton.
It's exactly what you need to win these tight games. Go to the overtime period and bingo, making shot after shot.
Well, he has got it rolling here. That's 4 straight buckets. That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Henson, a screen on Jack. Here's Carter Williams. It's in!
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Jack with it. Now defended by Carter Williams.
Well, no better time to catch fire from 3-point range than in OT. He's hitting those triples over and over again.
Money!
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV.
Goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 2. 26 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. The shot by Middleton, wide open. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Johnson dishes to Jack. Fires the 3. Nails the tray.
Nice play. They're in control. Just play solid, good defense. No quick buckets and no easy 3.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. Screen by Monroe. The dish now to Middleton. The drive by Monroe. Middleton outside. And and so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed Clark an extra period to get it done.
Well, I think it was one heck of a ball game. Both teams gave great effort.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan player of the game. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
He was an offensive dynamo for them tonight. The way it was going, you could see sky was the limit for him in terms of scoring. And he didn't stop, at least until he was going to get 40.
His accuracy from the field was pretty.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith,